Hello there, YouTube community. It's me, Ryan, once again. Welcome to my PB70CD OEM YouTube channel. What we are going to be doing today is a clean install with the installation of PC-DOS 7.0 and Windows 3.1. We are going to do a clean install of OS2 Warp version 3.0. This is OS2 Warp Connect, but we're not going to be doing the network drivers. We are going to be doing this on the IBM Aptiva Model 2168 M53. This will work on all M and A models, Magic and Odyssey models, I should say. We will also be needing the Aptiva Update CD, which I will link in the description box to the download link through Internet Archive. So we will go ahead and power the system on. And the DOS and Windows 3.1 will load. I just now put the temporary hard drive in place. Hope you guys can see that okay, but you know, just follow along as much as you can. Now I do want to point out a couple of things throughout the video. I would highly recommend against installing OS2 Warp 3.0, or any version of OS2 for that matter, on a CF card if you're using an IBM Aptiva with an M-Wave adapter. Because it's not the M-Wave drivers for OS2, it's the CF card and the way that they're set up. You can install the drivers like you're supposed to, like they would normally work, but they will actually not work because of CF cards. I don't know how to explain. I don't know why or what causes it, but aside from that, we will go ahead and exit Windows. We will insert our OS2 install disk. Oh, not to do with the video or the subject of the video, but you might hear some loud sound coming from outside. Some guys are working on a project outside, so yeah, excuse that. Just in case anyone wonders what there's loud noise coming from outside about. It's just people doing work. So, we've got our install disk. It's being run right now. At this point, we'll also want to insert the OS2 CD. Okay. Now momentarily, or right about now, it's going to ask to insert disk 1. So install disk 1 for CD-ROM. Now this particular version of OS2, I'll show the disk. It's got the blue on the side, so it has WinOS2 included, which will install, but we will also be having it associate with the existing Windows. So this might take a little while, the splash screen. Come on. And it is being run off of a floppy disk, so just gotta be patient. So hang tight as much as you can. Skip ahead in the video if you guys would like. Loading, please wait. Yeah, we've been doing that for a few seconds already. Let's hurry it up. Okay, I don't know what that slight delay was about. Anyone that wants to skip ahead through that, go right ahead and do so. I'm not that skilled with video editing, just so you guys know. Okay, it says congratulations. Yeah, it's talking about the network stuff. We'll just... Two different options, easy install, non-technical users. Well, I personally am going to go with the advanced install. Also want to point out that a prompt may come up talking about the DOS autoexec.bat file and config sys file. Okay, install to drive C. We'll accept this drive. Loading system files. Do not format the partition because that will eliminate the DOS and Windows install. Yep, it just did. It's talking about the dual boot feature. A couple of or a line needs to be added in each of the files. So we will do that after we install OS2, so just don't worry about that for now. Just install OS2 like you normally would. Okay. This might take a while, so we will be right back momentarily after this file copy process is complete, so stay tuned. Okay, the file process just completed, and a hardware detection of some sort just ran through in the process, but nothing too important. So we will now eject the floppy disk from the floppy drive, and we will hit enter to restart the system, and it should appear to the OS2 desktop. Again, go ahead and skip ahead of any long processes like this one. Till we get to the desktop. The only things I don't add in my video are the processes that take a really long time. Okay, now at this particular stage of setup, the hardware menu of some sort, device selection menu, actually I don't know, system configuration, okay. We're going to leave the multimedia device support blank because the M-Wave adapter is set up in a different way and will be installed in a different way, which is on the Aptiva update CD that I showed at the beginning of the video. Now the Aptiva Magic and Odyssey models, or M and A series Aptivas, do have the Trident VGA chip, but this one that is automatically selected is actually incorrect, so we're not going to be installing it right away. What we will be selecting as a temporary setup, I should say. If I can find... oh, there it is. Video Graphics Array, VGA. And then we will hit OK. Do you want to install a printer? Well, if anyone else has a printer that's listed on here, or an additional printer, you could, but for the sake of the video, I'm going to bypass on that. Okay, the only thing that I like to modify on this is the WinOS2 support. Copy WinOS2 desktop from existing Windows desktop, which is right in here. And I like to check this particular icon right here so that they can be updated. So the WinOS2 desktop can update the well, DOS OS2 desktop, I could say, and vice versa. And then we will hit install. For the sake of the video, well, you know what? I will. Do you want to install networking support? No, we don't. Anyone else that wants to, go right ahead. Stuff on there is outdated, so if there's any advanced users on that would like to, go right ahead. Now this too is going to take probably quite a few minutes, so we will be right back once again. Stay tuned. Okay, we are back. Just a prompt came up saying file copy process is finished, so I clicked OK on that. And we are now ready to restart the system. I about forgot to turn that camera back on and hit the record button, but it just copied the files and stuff, and then a prompt came up saying file process is complete, and then I hit an OK button, and then it said you are now ready to restart, and that's what we just did now. So as soon as this boot logo disappears and goes to the OS2 desktop, we will make one modification. Well, on two files, I could say two modifications, but on two different files each. And that is the DOS autoexec.bat file and the DOS config.sys file, which OS2 temporarily stores in the C:/OS2 system folder, and they rename the 3-character extension to DOS. The prompt with the black screen with the yellow letters that said for the dual boot feature to work correctly, it needed to have some a command to put into each of those files. So that is what we will be doing now. As soon as this loads and finishes. That's just me leaning back in my chair, that noise, if you heard it. And then there's some guys outside working, which is what the noise outside is about, just so that no one gets concerned about anything, which I'm pretty sure most of you won't, but just to be sure. Okay, so we are now here at the desktop. We will go ahead and close the OS2 system folder. Let's go into WinOS2 groups. This is why I had it do the scan and add programs. I wasn't going to, but I figured, well, I will, because that way we have access to everything. We'll do this through Notepad. So we will first open, we're already in the OS2 subdirectory, system, which in most cases would be at the very bottom. DOS, let's do the config.dos first. Okay. This should actually be at the very top so that we have as much free memory as possible. And we will type in shell equals :DOS command.com, and then we will type in a space and then /p for prompt, more than likely. I don't know That's what I would say it probably is for prompt. Or page, whatever. Actually, that's that dir command. So we will save that. And now, we will go to the autoexec.bat file. And I could do it at this particular very top. Set space comspec equals c:\dos / command dot com. Alright. Now we will save. Okay. So that's taken care of. We'll now go ahead and remove the OS2 CD and insert the Aptiva Update CD, which contains all the drivers for the VGA, Trident VGA, and our M-Wave adapter. Now for the VGA, I have tested this before. The install.exe file won't run from the CD directly. I just realized that the camera's not focused. I'm really sorry if it was that way for a really long time. I really hope it wasn't. This damned thing is doing it again. Ooh, sorry for the use of the language. Did not mean to... Okay, just bear with me as much as you can. Looks like it stopped. We're going to type in MD space Trident dot OS2. We're going to hit enter. Now we're going to go to the D drive, which is the CD-ROM drive. CD / hold on. I remember correctly. Okay, yeah. CD / disks. Okay. CD Trident. CD install. And CD OS2. Now if you try and run the install from there directly, it's... Excuse me. Sorry about that. Anyways, as I was saying, if you try and run the install from there, it's not going to work. So we're going to copy space *** all files to C / Trident.os2, and that will copy the files to the C drive. Now we will go back to the C drive and type in CD / Trident.os2. Type in install from there, and now it will work. Screen will go black a couple times. 640 by 480, 256. For the sake of the video, we'll go with that default. Depending on how much VGA RAM there is, maybe 1 megabyte upgraded to 2 megabytes. You can select whichever one you guys would like. And it is currently installing the drivers to the system. Again, this is temporary. Yep, there we go. Okay. And we will exit from there. As you can see, it just created a program group. At this point, you can actually restart the computer and reboot the operating system. However, to make things a bit quicker, let's go into OS2 System, Drives, D drive. Okay. M-Wave. Install. OS2. We'll type in setup from here. Go with the default directory. Now I want to point out that on a CF card, even if you do install these drivers, it's not going to work all that well. Of course there is a workaround, but it's a temporary workaround and it's not a convenient one with the CF card setup. That was the computer making a beep. That'll occur every now and then. Okay, and just click the exit button because the defaults are already in place. It's saying that the drivers will not activate until you restart. And we're not done yet. This is kind of similar to the Windows 95 setup, except it's completely different for OS2. There's a VSD folder, and we want to run the setup.cmd command. You can just double click it, and then click the install. Do you want to modify the config.sys file, the OS2? Yeah, we do, because it needs to have those commands in to work, so we'll click on yes. And then it will copy some additional files to the system. Sorry about the dogs barking in the background. Sorry about my mom telling the dogs to stop. Again, the guys outside are working on some stuff. Everything is fine, we're just getting a new deck for our house, so that's what the loud noise is about. So they're carrying some stuff. But that's not the purpose of the video, okay? It's been... yep. So we will go ahead and close out of all of this. And it too puts in a desktop item. Yep. You can go ahead and safely turn the computer off, but we're going to just press Ctrl-Alt-Delete. I am sorry that this is a bit of a long video. I sacrificed some unnecessary content as much as I could. And sorry that this stinkin' splash screen takes so much time. Well, actually, there's nothing wrong with the splash screen, it's just that it doesn't need to be on there for an unnecessary long amount of time. It's getting bright outside. Now the clean install default sound scheme will prevent the entire startup sound from playing. Just like that. Like an opening and closing window, there's that whoop sound that plays. For the sake of the video, there it just played again. Sound. To get it to not do that, we can just closing window and select none. Maximize the volume. That one doesn't have one. And we'll select none for that one as well. Here's the startup sound that didn't play all the way through. Another thing I want to mention, CF cards or not, if you're using an S-Series Aptiva or that one Courageous model of Aptiva that has that newer M-Wave card, they call it Stingray instead of Dolphin, and it's 20E instead of 20D, using OS2 with that particular M-Wave adapter, unfortunately it's not going to happen. Because that M-Wave adapter is different. The IBM company did not make OS2 drivers for those particular M-Wave adapters. I am sorry, but alternatively, if you were running a CF card, you would have to turn this all the way down and then close this window, shut down the computer, restart, and then to re-enable sound, just turn the volume knob all the way up, or however up you wish, and then sound will play. But then before you turn the computer off, you would have to shut it off again, and then shut the computer down after. Otherwise, you would have to repeat that same process if you're using CF cards, and it's just not convenient. I have looked and looked and looked around for workarounds. They'd have to be unofficial workarounds because CF cards as a boot drive on old computers is an unofficial setup. So, if anyone has any ideas on how that could be fixed, please let me know. But aside from that, also want to mention that there is no need to install the Midi samples. It is already in place. Unless you do a clean install of OS2 and there isn't a Windows install in place, which I will do another video about at some point. We will go ahead and... Actually, there's a couple more things I do want to show off first. We'll go to OS2 System, Command Prompts. This is the dual boot item right here. We will copy that to the desktop. Drag and drop. You got to use the right mouse button to do it. And then, and this can actually be done through OS2. We can do DOS full screen, CD / Windows, and then Win. Oh, okay, shoot. That Win.com file is, yeah, we're gonna have to dual boot into Windows apparently. You know what? We'll be right back once we've dual booted back into Windows. Alrighty, we're back. PC DOS is loading. Apparently the Win.com, the IBM company, has that Win OS2 set up. Some sort of a memory issue. I actually forgot about that. So here we are in Windows. What we are going to be doing is we'll create a program group, OS2. Actually, that's supposed to be on top. Okay. Alternatively, the item I'm about to create can also go in here. Whichever anyone would prefer. And we are going to do program item dual boot to OS2, and then we're going to go C:/OS2 /boot.com /OS2. Whoops. And then we'll Control-C, Control-V. There really isn't any icon for it though, so if anyone wants to dual boot into OS2 through Windows, there you go. Alternatively, if anyone is actually at the DOS prompt, cd \, put in the C colon just in case, cd \, OS2, enter, and then boot OS2, okay. We'll do save as. We'll put it in the root of the C drive. Boot OS2 dot bat. So make a batch file for it. Okay. And that is how you do a clean install, as well as IBM Aptiva, M-Wave, and VGA drivers of OS2 Warp or version 3.0. So, hope you guys found this useful. Those of you who want to do a clean install of OS2, I will be doing a clean install of OS2 itself without the PC DOS and Windows 3.1 clean install. So just a regular OS2 altogether in my next video. So, this concludes my OS2 install video. So until next time, this is Ryan from my YouTube channel, PB70CDOEM, signing off. I will see you guys in the next one.